what should be the cost per purchase for a low ticket offer. So if you're running Facebook ads, YouTube ads, Google ads, TikTok ads, whatever you might be running, there is a number that you need to know, a number that you can look at and say, okay, if I'm getting this cost per purchase, then I'm profitable, right? Or I'm losing money. And there are other metrics like ROAS, ROAS, that is ROI, right? That is how much profit you're doing based on the ad spend, right? There's other things as well. But we're going to talk about what should be your cost per purchase for a low ticket offer. And we're going to go deeper into that. So my name is Vishal Kutwal. I spend millions of dollars running low ticket offer for my own business. I used to take clients for many years, and now I have my own low ticket offer, and I do it. I talk about it. I show you guys how I do it, and this is my ad account. So if I go to my ClickFunnels, you will see that we have low ticket purchase almost every hour. We have $1,300, $1,700, $1,600, right? We did almost 50,000 plus in the last 4 weeks, and we're doing even more revenue. We're scaling the company, we're growing, and all of that is from low ticket offer. As you can see, $26, $67, $47. When you see my ad account, you see this cost per purchase, $21, $12. Those are actually not the correct number, because the fact is that Facebook doesn't show you the right numbers. Okay, if you are running ads, if you have run ads in the past, it is not a correct number. Facebook and Google and TikTok, they don't know the exact tracking, right? It's kind of hard to tell. I have my own tracking that I use. And if I was to do last 7 days, apply, as you can see, we have 108 sales, and then I can look at the cost per purchase, which is right here, cost per unique sales, cost per sale, right? So $34 per purchase, $25. And again, we have multiple different ad accounts. If I was to go into this ad account and look at cost per sale, so $11, $14, $20. So that's the cost per sale that we get, $25, $22, $34, right? So that is what we get, right? But it depends on industry, and it depends on different offers that you may have. For example, one of my clients was in a piano niche, and he was selling a $27 offer, and it was a MIDI pack. It was a product for music producers, and when we ran ads, we had cost per purchase anywhere from $20 to $50, and our AOV, average order value, which means after they buy the $27, there's upsells, there's downsells, there's a whole bunch of different things, right? After they've been through all the funnels, the AOV, average order value, average money a customer spends on that funnel was about $48, right? So when we started a brand new ad account, when it was like brand new, fresh, like we just started spending money, it was like $20 per purchase, right? But as we started scaling the ad account, as we started spending more money, the cost per purchase started going up, and then slowly we started making less and less money. But the fact was that we started spending more and more money as well. That's what we did for this niche. And for $27 product, I think you can expect anything from $20 to $50 cost per purchase. This is on Facebook. We did run YouTube ads for this offer as well, and it was kind of the same, to be honest. I think YouTube ads might have been a little better. Again, it depends on video. YouTube ad is very much hit and miss. Whereas Facebook ad, you may have a video doing better, you may have an image, you may have multiple things that might be doing better at any point. But the thing with the YouTube ads is that you may actually only have one video that does really good. And no matter how many campaign you launch, it's the same video that keeps doing better again and again. So YouTube ads works a little different, right? YouTube ad takes a little bit of longer to make it work. Once you find the video, it keeps working, but to be able to find that video that works takes time, right? So the other niche that I am very familiar with, and that's where our offer is right now, we have a $4.75 product. So that's all it is, $4.75 book we sell, and we get anywhere from, again, $11 cost per purchase to all the way to $30 cost per purchase. So if I was to go to the ad account and look at cost per sale, the average is $34, but the cost per unique sale is $54. Whereas the AOV, this AOV is per sale, so it looks like we're actually losing money. But if I was to go to profit, yeah, we're kind of losing money on this account. Yeah, that account is losing money. This account number 2 is the one that's making profit, and then this other accounts are losing money as well. But you might be wondering like, hey, Vishal, you're not making any money, so what's the point? Right? The point is that if I go here, you see organic has a profit, right? The goal of the paid ads is to acquire the customer. When you get a customer, if you can break even, that's fantastic, because after they buy your product, you book a or course or whatever they buy, you can now sell them to a coaching program, right? So after they buy the front end book, you want to sell them to back end, $5,000, $10,000. You want to sell them to mastermind, $50,000, $100,000 mastermind, right? That's how you make money. And that's what we do as well. We have promo, we have different things going on. The goal of the front end is not to make money. We don't care about making money in the front end. The goal of the front end is to get customers so that we can do other promo, sell back end, sell different things and make money. And that's how we make money from organic right here. If I was to go here, we sell $4.75 book. Our cost per purchase is around $30, right? And we break even. So which means our AOV is around $30 as well. So again, it depends on price, right? If your price was, let's say $27, right? Then in the finance niche, I'll assume that you're gonna have $50 or even more, I would say even like $70, $80 CPA, because finance niche is a high value niche. So you're gonna pay more, right? Because in a finance niche, the amount of backend you can have is insane, right? So if you can get someone who has like $10 million net worth, right? You can actually manage their money and you can charge 1%, 2% of that fee, and you can make tons of money, and you can do that for the next 30, 40, 50 years, right? So the value of the customer in the finance niche is way high, and people are willing to pay more money to acquire that customer. And that's why, again, for $27 product in a piano niche is about $20, $30, right? And $4.75 product in a finance niche costs the same thing. It's because, again, this is more valuable niche. The other niche that I've done is spiritual niche. I think like $97 documentary. That's what we were selling. It was profitable. The spiritual niche is like very fantastic. This is one of the industry or niche that I like the most because it's all about feeling, right? How you feel. And if you can do a better job of motivating, inspiring people, then you can sell a lot of things. And this is where Christians and Muslims and all those things come into play, because the thing about religion is that it is trust, right? The thing about yoga is that it is trust that you believe that it works, right? And then you don't know if yoga works or not until you do. And you just know other people tell you that it works, and you just keep doing and you feel the change slowly, right? Many people are going to disagree with me, but spiritual and religion may be different. But the thing with the spiritual overall is that it's about how you feel. And there's just a lot of people in there, and everybody has their not so good days and bad days. So you can actually get tons of people here. This is actually one of the untapped niche, because a lot of the marketers, they're good at finance niche, they're good at other different niches, they're good at make money niche, right? But they're not good at spiritual niche. They're not good at so much in dating niche, maybe, right? So there are other niches that are kind of undertapped, So I feel like spiritual is one of them. When we were selling $97 product, we had around CPA of $50 or less, to be honest. But again, it depends on the product and it depends on the offer. If you have something crappy, doesn't mean you're gonna get $50 purchase for all the product, right? For anything you sell. That's not what I'm saying. What I'm saying is that how competitive it might be. Well, it's not as competitive as compared to other niches, right? So let's talk about Google Ads a bit. Google Ads is kind of the same as Meta Ads. Again, the difference is that it just takes a little bit longer and you have to use tons of video. We see kind of the same CPM. The CPM, the cost per impression, right, to show the ad is about the same, which means the CPA and all those things are gonna be the same. The only difference is that it just takes longer. You just have to test more. You just have to have more videos, and making videos take time, right? Whenever you're running Facebook ads, so if I go to Facebook ads, right, coaching business ads, whenever you're doing Facebook ads, you can do videos, right? And you can do images like this. It's just so easy. There's just so many options. You can just do text, you can have simple images, you can have images like this, you can have AI create the images, right? It is just super easy to run Facebook ads. Whereas YouTube ads, you just have to have a video. Video is completely necessary, and doing half-ass video just doesn't work. You have to have good videos. You have to compete with other creators. The videos have to be well made. It has to have good hooks as well, and you have to have a good offer, right? The voice, the tonality, the background, all those things matter, and how you show up on camera, how you speak, right? It's just a lot of things that happens on Google Ads. So it will just take a little bit of longer time to make it work. If you can make it work, it is going to be one of the consistent and sometimes even profitable than Facebook ads, to be honest. So that's my thoughts on cost per purchase for the low ticket offer. So that's what we see if we're selling $17 low ticket product. I will expect So if that's the front end price, right? If that's your price for the low ticket, I'll just say LTO. You can expect an AOV, average order value, I'll say around $40, right? If you can get a CPA, I will say you can have a CPA around $30 to $40, depending on the niche that you're in. You can break even. And as long as you can break even, the goal of the paid ads is to break even. If you can break even or even slightly lose money, you are golden, right? Because then you can sell different things. Then you can sell mid-ticket offer for $500, for $1,000. Then you can sell high-ticket offers. Then you can sell a whole bunch of different things, right? So for example, if you have, I talked about $27. I know some people who sell $47 courses as well. So for $47, I would say you can have AOV of around 80 to 90 bucks, right? For that, you may see a CPA of around actually $100, to be honest. Just getting a higher price point upfront is just a little bit more expensive. There is no rule that says that, hey, if you charge more, you're gonna make more money. There's nothing like that. If you charge more, the people that come to your funnel are gonna be high quality. But that also means, you know, like it's gonna cost more. There's just gonna be less people that are gonna buy through your funnel, right? So you may actually lose more money the higher the price point. And that is also why many people for low ticket offer, they use sales space. But for mid-ticket offer, MTO, they use webinar, right? And mid-ticket offer price point, it starts around, I would say $197. So if you go from $475 to $17 to $40 or $47 to $97 price point, the higher the price point, the more expensive and more harder it is going for you to profit from that funnel, right? And that's when people go from sales page to webinar to a one-on-one sales call to whole different, you know, some people do in-person events, selling on stages. So there's just whole lot of different things that happens. But typically if you have low ticket offer, I would recommend keeping it actually less than $27, to be honest. We have tried $27, $37, $47, $17, $11, $9, $4, $2, $1 as well, 99 cents as well. And we have found so far the best price point to be $4.75. I have a friend who tested multiple price points like I did, and he actually had a better fit at $21. And that's why you have to test the price. And he's in a different industry. He's not in finance, he's actually in real estate industry. And $21 price point worked better for him. And that's good for him, right? You just should test different price point. And typically anything less than $27 actually works best for a low ticket offer sales space. And I think you can break even and even make a little bit of money possible, right? So that's the cost per purchase you can expect, and that's what you should expect with the AOV and CPA as well. So if you like this video, let me know in the comments down below, and I will see you on the next one. All right, bye.